Around 1,500 years ago, the families of the early Pueblo farmers started to build the first permanent homes here. This is one of them. Archaeologists call these homes pit houses because they are dug down into the ground to take advantage of the earth's natural insulation. This helped to keep them cool in summer and cozy in winter. You entered the house by a ladder through a domed roof built out of wooden beams plastered with mud. These early Pueblo people are sometimes called basket makers because they wove many fine baskets from yucca and willow. Some of these baskets survive today. They show us their skill and artistry. Looking up at the roof from inside a pit house, the wooden ceiling of entwined beams would have also looked like a basket.
Currently hiking on a trail that takes us to the Badger House. They had a forest fire here I think it was like 1992. The trees haven't grown back. It's a beautiful day today. Nice overcast. Cool breeze. Xavier and Katie are having a great time.
Based on our Pueblo origin stories, the ancestors settled here because this is where we were meant to be. They found this place and were comfortable, where they could grow their crops and harvest Mother Earth's resources. This allowed our people to flourish here. Their villages sprouted across these mesas for the next 700 years. Pueblo people have different names for this place. In the Hopi language, this place is known as Bear Ridge. The people from Acoma Pueblo know this whole region as a wide area of dwellings. From here, you can see why the Spanish called Mesa Verde the Green Table. The mesas are covered like a blanket with a dense forest of pinon pines and junipers. This rich ecosystem supports more than 1,000 species, including several that live nowhere else on Earth. The mesa's high elevation and steep canyons might make this seem a difficult place to carve out a living, but Mesa Verde made a good home for the ancient Pueblo people because it offers plentiful resources, fertile soil, and a good water supply. You can see here how the mesa slopes down toward the south from an elevation of 8,500 feet at Park Point to 7,000 feet where you are now. This southward tilt gives the mesa more sun and a longer growing season. Mesa Verde receives about 18 inches of precipitation on average per year, divided between summer thunderstorms and winter snow. The ancestral people made highly efficient use of that water with sophisticated planting technology in fields on the mesa tops and check dam terraces in drainages. Water also seeps down through the sandstone, feeding springs inside the canyons. Though it can feel isolated and quiet today, for the centuries that the ancient Pueblo people called this place home, it would have been bustling and full of life. Around the year 1200, Mesa Verde was home to at least 5,000 people. The Pueblo people lived in great numbers all around this region, with as many as 35,000 to 45,000 people around the Four Corners area. Imagine the Mesa Verde world. This view would have been filled with villages and farmlands. Trails cross the mesa, and hand and toehold routes carved into these steep sandstone walls allow travel into the canyons, down to the Mangus River and beyond. The people of Mesa Verde were connected to others far and wide through trade and migration. They traded their salt from New Mexico and Utah, cotton from Arizona, seashell beads from California, and chocolate and macaw feathers from Mexico. At times, some people moved their homes into natural alcoves in the cliffsides. One of these cliff dwellings, Echo House, is visible across the canyon. Another is just around the corner at our next stop. Stop 3, Square Tower House, sharing our history. Square Tower House is one of Mesa Verde's most famous and beautiful cliff dwellings. Can you believe the skill it must have taken to build their homes in such a hard-to-reach spot? Imagine the work that went into carving each sandstone block by hand. They built these structures that have lasted for hundreds of years. That was no easy task, but they accomplished it. Since the cliff dwellings are protected from weather inside their alcoves, they are best preserved ancient homes here at Mesa Verde. I think this is what makes them so fascinating to our visitors and to people from all around the world.
No. Gams is reliving her childhood. She's giving Katie a ride for her money. It's alright. It's good that he's doing laundry. What are you doing? That's a big playground. Okay? If I did it, I'd launch him off that thing backwards. I can do a flip.